All right, hello. Thank you, guys. Happy Monday to you all. It's been a while since I've been back up here, about 3 weeks. So today I'm talking about a topic that I'm kind of struggling with. I feel like we've all struggled with it at some point, and that is dating. Yes, damn dating. Is it me or is it dating just these days? Either we're too picky, not ready for a relationship, don't know what they want, don't know what she wants, don't know what he wants, you've been ghosted. I mean, the whole thing is just a mess. It just makes it so difficult. And unfortunately, I don't really get to go out as much. I work like 2 jobs, so by the time I get home, I'm tired. I just want to sit home, lay in bed in my blanket, cuddle up with my female dog, and watch reruns of King of the Hill. But yeah, I don't get out too much, but I do. They have tried to tell me, okay, try online dating, and I'm not super into online dating. Like, I think I've tried it before, and then 2 whole hours go by, and I'm just like, oh, I can't. I delete it. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm a patient man, but my hormones aren't that patient. I'm like nearly 30 years old, and they're just banging up saying, you need to get on that shit. Hurry the hell up. So, but what I do have Instagram. Instagram is the unofficial dating site. Instagram is basically Tinder and Bumble mashed together for people who are too proud to download Tinder and Bumble, which is an understatement, but very true. But what I did learn about Tinder Instagram. What I did learn about Instagram is during the pandemic is you can connect with people through DMing. And during the pandemic, we were all bored and horny, so we would shoot people DMs here and there. So during the pandemic, I've kind of learned, how I like to say, the art of DMing. So, I mean, it's easy. Not a lot of pressures on you. You can kind of go up there, send a DM versus shooting somebody at the bar. So with me in DMing, I basically DM somebody whether it's something like of interest. So I'm a really big pop culture guy. I love movies, TV shows, music, all that stuff. So once I see a woman post something like that in her story, I'm automatically turned on, and I'm going to DM her. So I remember this one time I DM'd this lady. She posted something about Back to the Future, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. And I posted something like, "Great Scott, we have to go back to the future, Marty." Now imagine if I said that shit to her at the bar. She'd laugh in my late face, be like, "The fuck?" But doing it through DM, it's a little bit easier. You can do a little bit smoother. So she did leave me on red, which is fine. It happens. Turns out she's more of a horror fan, and I'm just some unknown indie rom-com with no climax at the end. But yeah, you gotta give it a shot. You gotta try those DMs, And then the other one, and guilty as charged, I feel we all have done this before, is DM her on her beauty, her appearance. This one you really gotta be careful about right now. You don't want to come across as creepy or weird. I'm pretty much a gentleman about that stuff. I like to go smooth. I think it pretty well too. I don't want to come across John Waters in my room and be like, ooh, another makeup tutorial video? Ooh, getting some messages there tonight, sweetie. No, but I do it really good. I use my Puerto Rican charm, my Pedro Pascal charm right there, and I go take a little bit of a poetic angle. So I remember I DM'd this one girl who I thought was pretty cute. She was like a photographer and stuff like that, and she had some photos, and I said something really smooth. Like I said something like, "Oh, wow, what a great picture. The lighting here really illustrates your beauty." I know, right? I'm such a badass. Lock up your daughters! But, yeah, and I said to that, and she replied back, which was, perfectly, she replied back very nice, saying, "Oh, thank you, that's so sweet," and all stuff, which is basically translation for, "Thanks for the nice compliment, but it ain't happened, Shakespeare." So, you try, you gotta shoot your shot. You definitely gotta shoot your shot. And DMing, hey, sometimes you can make a relationship out of DMing. I've made friends through DMing, so I don't always use it for thirst trapping. But when I use it for thirst trapping, I use it for thirst trapping. But of course, respectfully, though. Never cross a border. You want to be a gentleman about that. Always want to be a gentleman about that. Ladies, you're beautiful. I respect you. I'm going to DM you, though. DMing someone is like throwing a rose into a hole, knowing that, you're not going to get that rose back. And DMing, I do it flirting with movies, and let's say I'm DMing a woman, and she says her favorite movie is like, I don't know, The Notebook or something like that. And I reply back with, "Oh, really? I've never seen it." So me saying to her that I've never seen The Notebook makes me the villain in her romantic origin story. I'm never sleeping with that woman. Let's just make that a fact. Anyways, guys, point of the story is, you gotta shoot your shot these days, man. Because dating's hard. And follow me on Instagram, Hop13Rods. I'll DM you.